My name is Amy. I'm 28 years old and I'm battling cervical cancer. My life before I got cancer was pretty simple. I just lived every day, went and did what I needed to get done. I didn't think of this ever happening to me, so I just got up, was with my kids, and did everyday daily life. I was 37 weeks pregnant when I found out I had cancer. It was told that there were traces in my blood that there were cancer cells in there. So when I was told I had cancer, I was in shock. I pretty much cried right then, and you have so many questions and answers that you want to be, answered. Yeah, it was pretty scary. You just never thought those words would ever be in your, in your life. So my friends and family were pretty shocked when I told them about this. They, I guess, pretty much were blown away, just the same as I was. They were emotional about it. Some were just like strong about it and you'll get through it kind of thing. Had so many questions, I guess, for me as well, just like I did. But they reacted as if they needed to be there for me and found out as much information as they could get from me. I was just told to wait and have the baby, and then once I had the baby, they would do a biopsy, and then after the biopsy they did the MRI to see how big the tumor was, because at the biopsy they found out the tumor. I started chemotherapy in November, and I got 3 treatments of chemo, and then after chemo the tumor shrunk enough that I could get surgery. It affected me physically quite a bit, actually. The first 3 weeks is what your first cycle is, and I was very sick. I had lots of pain in my joints. My feet were very painful, especially at bedtime, if I walked too much in the day. As well as my fingers went numb, so it was hard to do zippers up on my son's clothing or anything like that, or use your fork during eating. As well as the 3rd week before my next treatment, that's when my hair started to fall out. The whole week my scalp was very sore. It just was tender, like I couldn't touch it at all. I couldn't brush my hair. And if I did, it was falling out by strands, and then all of a sudden chunks, and then all of a sudden it was all out. So at that point I was pretty much bald. I cut my hair. It used to be long. I finally cut it to my shoulders, thinking that would be better and helpful instead of so emotional on me. But it just didn't. I had to end up buzzing it all off. So I initially heard of the Pink Wig Foundation through a lady that I used to care for her daughter in a daycare where I worked, and she cared for Tracy in palliative care, I think that's how you say it. When Tracy was in there, she was helping her and taking care of her, and she mentioned that to speak with Corey and let me know, or find out what I can about the organization and see what they could do for me, on top of anything else that I could do for myself. I'm a suitable candidate to receive the donation from the Pink Wig Foundation because financially I just wasn't able to do this. I'm a mom who's on mat leave, just recently having a baby, and I knew I wouldn't have income myself. Because of needing so much help through the chemo, my husband wasn't able to work as well, so he was always home and not being able to get the check that he could as well from working. When the Pink Wig Foundation wanted to sponsor me, I was shocked, I guess. I didn't know if I'd ever get approved by anyone. And when they told me that they were happy to do it for me, I guess it was a happy moment. I really don't know what words to say. I was just super excited. I didn't know what I was going to do in order to get surgery in Toronto or go through any of the financial, it's little as parking at the hospital for treatments. It's, you know, that's the help that I needed and the help that I got. So when Corey met me at the cancer clinic and told me what the amount was I was being sponsored with, it was amazing. He kept reading the letter and I just kept looking at the top where the amount was, and I had to make him stop talking to ask him again of why and why. Like, I just didn't know why. Why me and why so much, and what was I going to do with all that, and how do I disperse it? And luckily, obviously, he took me through the letter and told me what it was all for, and it made sense in my mind. So at that point, it was a large amount, but it was needed. That's the point of it. So the Pink Wig Foundation is an amazing organization, and I am grateful that they were here to help me through this.
You did really good. You did really good.